Hi students, you are having a good day. Welcome to the first module of the Theories of Employment and Income, Chapter 3. This class starts with full employment. The economic history shows us many economic problems facing by the developing countries and underdeveloped countries. Out of these, unemployment is the big problem. In this chapter, both classical economists and J.M. Keynes explained the relationship between employment and income. First, you should know the meaning of full employment. It refers to a situation in which every able-bodied person who is willing to work at the prevailing wage rate is employed. In Tamil, we can say, வேலை செய்ய தகுதியுடைய ஒவ்வொருவனுக்கும் சம்பளத்துடன் வேலை கொடுக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு சூழ்நிலையே முழு வேலை வாய்ப்பாகும். Keynes defines full employment as the absence of involuntary unemployment. See the present situation in the world. Lakhs of people searching for job but couldn't find the job for their qualification. Why? Large population, minimum industrial development, uneven distribution of resources. This situation must be changed. Let us discuss about the unemployment. What does it mean? Unemployment means that person who are willing to work but cannot find suitable jobs. In India, which type of unemployment existed? That you must know. In rural areas, disguised and seasonal unemployment existed. In urban areas, frictional, structural and open unemployment existed. Next, we can learn the types of unemployment. The following are the types of unemployment: cyclical unemployment, seasonal unemployment, frictional unemployment, educated unemployment, technical unemployment, structural unemployment, and disguised unemployment. Let me explain the first type, cyclical unemployment. It relates to the irregular ups and downs or cyclical trends in growth and production. It occurs within the business cycle. When demand for a product and service declines, there can be a corresponding reduction in supply production to compensate. As the supply levels are reduced, fewer employment are reduced. Fewer employees are required to meet the lower standard of production volume. Example, automobile industries sometimes facing the cyclical unemployment because the demand for the vehicles declines, the production also be reduced. The second type is seasonal unemployment. This type of unemployment occurs during certain seasons of the year. In agriculture and agro-based industries like sugar production, activities are carried out only in some seasons. Some other examples are tourism, construction work, etc. Third one is the frictional unemployment. This is because of the imbalance between supply of labor and demand for labor and immobility of laborers. Example of frictional unemployment includes quitting, a voluntary form of frictional unemployment; termination, an involuntary form of frictional unemployment; shortage of raw materials. Fourth type is educated unemployment. It is when a person is educated and is not able to find a suitable and efficient job for himself. Young graduates after their education find it challenging to fetch a suitable job. The rate of educated unemployment is gradually increasing every year in India. So many graduates are jobless in India. Fifth type is technical unemployment. This is the loss of jobs caused by technological change. The change typically includes the introduction of labor-saving devices. Nowadays, invention and innovations lead to the adoption of new techniques. Example, the weavers lost their jobs with the invention of modern textile mills. Structural unemployment is the next type of unemployment. This type of unemployment is due to drastic change in the structure of the society, lack of demand for the product or shift in demand to other products cause this type of unemployment. One such example is in 2009, USA closed down the car manufacturing firm, so the workers become unemployed and they were not qualified to gain their jobs. Seventh type is disguised unemployment. It is the last type in which there are people who are visibly employed but are actually unemployed. It means more people are engaged in a work than required. Even if some workers are withdrawn, production does not suffer. This type of unemployment is found in agricultural sector. In this situation, marginal productivity of labor is zero, less or maybe negative. This much time we have seen the meaning and types of unemployment. This is one of the detailed answer, important and expected question for annual exam. Take notes and learn well. Thank you students. See you in the next class.